Hey guys, how are you? So, what are exactly those things that I can do in these last few days or weeks that I have left? Well, there's a lot, but I would say that I will divide it for sure between personal and professional because both of them are extremely important. So, I actually made a list, and then professionally speaking, I will put four main priorities. The first one, focus on your JD, on your deliverables, your in like the professional aspect that you need to do as an MC member and as a functional VP. And make sure that if you're a VPO GCDP, when are you going to make this tracking, this email? What are the things that you need to ensure that like you have to do it to deliver the best summer peak, for example. But then also you need to make time not only like to work, but to transition because that's the biggest part of the work. A functional transition, that is the one-on-one, and then MC member transition, that is the team to team. And in these two, all of the MC members have a lot of wisdom. So make sure that they transmit that wisdom. And then the fourth point is close the experience, functionally speaking. Like any person needs to acknowledge everything that they worked for and acknowledge the learnings and the things that didn't went well and the achievements and the things that deserve to be celebrated, and create a space in which you can do that and close the experience, functionally speaking, in peace. But then also goes the personal aspect. And in the personal aspect, we have also 4 points. And then in the fourth priorities, I would say the first one, it's a matter of getting a lot of inner journey in introspection and getting to know yourself, your personal values, what you personally learn out of the experience, the person that you were, the person that you became, and then go through a journey of outrospection and then get to hear what other people has to say to you, how they see you, how do they perceive you, what are your values, what are your strengths, and use that information. And that will be extremely valuable for any person in the next steps, whatever they are. Then the second and the third one is closing your MC experience, like the last 12 months, but also closing the ISEC experience. And then from a personal level, what do you do here? You acknowledge the things that you're sorry for, the things that you're happy, and the things that you're grateful. Sorry if there's a mistake that you did, if you hurt a person, if you should have done something and you didn't, or you did something and you shouldn't. Ask your apologies, like your sincere apologies to those people around you, and forgive yourself, like be in peace with that. But also think of all those cool moments and like all of the things that you should be grateful for and proud, and celebrate them. And also if there's people that make you very happy, like for example the person that made you join ISEC, like remember all these little details, and combining these two, be very grateful for the moments and the experiences that you had to live in order for you to have the amazing journey. And then lastly, heading for the future, in which you manage to get very, very clear what are your hopes, your fears. And once you acknowledge your truly hopes, your truly fears, and your true hopes, then you know what are the hopes that will help you in the purpose that you have for your life, but then also what are the fears that you need to face, and make some preparation and use the MC team as a support system for you to be able to get there. And yeah, 8 points that I think that are extremely big and extremely ambitious for such a few time left, but I think it's totally doable. So just make sure that for each one of them, you have a list and check. But then lastly, my bonus is from an AI point of view, guys, there is an MCP transition that needs to be done. And then make sure that you transition the things that we said in the last MCP newsletter about the duality and the flexibility that we need to have of our president between the leadership aspect, the representation aspect, and the management aspect. It's extremely important that your successor understands this and ideally makes conscious choice about them and who in the team can complement him. As well in this one, that is if your successor is more a people-oriented person or an action-oriented person or an ambitious person that gives a lot of purpose and dreams, what are the things that he or she needs to improve? And what are like the strengths that he or she can play the best inside the team? So help them to get to those realizations. But lastly, guys, do you see this thing that is in the middle? There is one last message that if you haven't touched in transition, please do so. And that it's the global direction where ISEC is going. And this one is very important. Everything that you know regarding Youth for Global Goals, ISEC for Enablers, ISEC for Students, ISEC Experience, and the 2020 Roadmap is the global map, the global plan that from ISEC International we have been working on. And this will shape the next AI plan that will shape the organization that we will become. Like, what can you do or what can you find? Everything is in ISEC EC. Like, if you want to know anything about Youth for Global Goals, go to is.ec, and then you will find SDG alignment and use peak usage, etc. If you want to know what's going on with ISEC for Students, read Jonathan Suarez emails, in which you will find customer flow implementation, financial changes and how to implement them, LDM analytics, assessment, everything, how to implement it. If you want to know ISEC for Enablers, again, is.ec, then you will find the output of the summit, the B2B structures. If you want to understand ISEC experience, the output of IPM, the development that has been done towards engagement with ISEC, the evolution of everything that is happening in the LDA experience, and then roadmap. There's not a lot of things in ISEC that in is.ec, but then you know the updates that we're giving in IPM, and then like the projects that we're working right now that are like the global planning timelines, etc., etc., etc. And mainly, not only isec.ec, but you have the global newsletters and the inputs, and you have us. If you have questions, just feel free to ask, and we're here. But just make sure that they understand where the organization is going, so they understand the global context, because that's one of the responsibilities that as national presidents we have. So that's it from this year, this edition of the newsletter. Oh my God. And yeah, thank you so much. And I hope to hear very, very good stories of your final weeks and sprint for us MCP. Bye.